Welcome to the PlanetTogether Consumer Packaged Goods Solution Demo. Today we're going to look at PlanetTogether's advanced planning and scheduling solution and how it can be used to solve common problems that producers of consumer packaged goods may face. Advanced planning and scheduling, or APS, is a planning process by which raw materials and production capacity are optimally allocated to meet demand. PlanetTogether is an APS solution that simultaneously manages constraints for available materials, labor, machine capacity, and sequence-dependent setup. This results in optimized, feasible production plans and schedules, created in seconds or minutes for large models. In this model, we're going to take a look at a plant that produces consumer packaged goods and how PlanetTogether can be used to meet some of the more complex needs of these types of customers. The use cases we'll walk through today are allergen scheduling, where we'll use compatibility codes to limit what allergens can run at a single time, and also using attributes to incur sequence-dependent setup to model an allergen cleanout. The compatibility codes are a hard constraint, whereas attributes are used to add time for setup or cleanout. And we'll also look at alternate resources and materials, where we'll show 3 routes with different lead times and material costs, as well as how we can use alternate packaging material for a job. In the first use case, we'll look at modeling allergen scheduling. In this model, we can see that our job has been assigned a compatibility code that corresponds with an allergen from one of its stock materials. When looking at our pack resources, you'll see that they have all been assigned the same compatibility group. This means that only jobs with the same compatibility codes can run at the same time on this group of resources. So if I'm running a job with a wheat compatibility code, the system will not let me move in a job with a peanut compatibility code. This is to prevent cross-contamination on our packaging lines. Another feature that can be used in modeling allergen scheduling is an attribute matrix. Each operation is assigned an allergen attribute. These allergen attributes correspond with a value found in our allergen setup table. This table will specify how much setup, if any, is required when changing from one allergen type to another. We can see the setup incurred on the Gantt board if we move a peanut job behind a soy job. It will incur the amount of setup that was specified in the setup table. In the next use case, we'll go over alternate routes and materials. We have 3 resources that are set up to model shipping times from the US, which will be quicker but also have the most expensive material, Mexico, which will have a slightly longer lead time but materials will be less expensive, and China, which has the longest lead time but also the least expensive materials. We can see that if we move an operation from the US resource to the China resource, the length of that operation extends. This is to model the increase in shipping time. The item used is the same in all 3 cases, but they are sourced from different warehouses corresponding to the country of origin. This also allows us to assign different costs based on the source warehouse. Next, we'll show how we can set up alternate materials in a routing. In this model, we want to schedule bottles first, then cans, then kegs, based on pack material availability. When we move the packing operation to a new resource, we get the option to select which path and which corresponding material we want to use for packing. We hope you found this demonstration useful. Thank you for watching.